Hello and welcome to Be Confused with the anonymous host.
What a
I
wonderful
mean
way.
hosts. Did I say host?
Hose? We can be hosts today.
Anonymous host. You know what? It
Let's
has a
be
nice ring
hoes.
to it.
You're anonymous hose. How are you?
I am
I hate this chair.
today. I'm not good today. It's a lot on my mind.
Because you didn't get that D in last night. And then
Yeah, I'm taking vitamin D now, and
and
apparently it's like
C.
really low.
Yeah, but that's bad because if you missed your one vitamin D thing, that's for the whole week, right?
Yeah, but I'll just take it today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then you'll be happy tomorrow.
Sure, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just take it. I was supposed to take it in the morning, but it's vitamin D. I don't think it's going to do anything bad to me, right?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, the sun's in the day.
I mean, it was like 50,000 milligrams of vitamin D.
That's crazy.
That's insane because it's supposed to be like in a 40 and it's at an 8 or 9.
Oh my god, we talked about this. I'm
Yeah.
an 8 for my ferritin. Still don't know what that is.
Yeah. But I'm like this because everything that's going on, you know,
With the world?
with the world, our government.
What's going on with the world? What the fuck is going on with the world?
Yeah, Palestine, Israel, what the fuck?
Iran
now. A lot of nuclear
shit is going on.
Like the word nuclear is being thrown around
like
too much,
willy nilly.
Like, whoa! Stop saying that word.
Did you see there's this TikTok of people in Lebanon and they're dancing to like ABBA song, like give me a man,
No, but
and then there's fucking bombs in the distance falling down.
Bombs while they're dancing.
Yeah. But like it's nuclear bombs from Israel.
Like I jump if a door slams too loud.
Did you see in Iran, this lady was hosting a news session and then the fucking station blew up?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I saw that.
And we're here at work.
And this morning, what threw me off this morning, so first thing I wake up, taking a shit, and I open my phone to see TikTok, and I see this video. Not many views, maybe like 1,000 views.
Mm-hmm.
But before I get into that, it triggered. So did I talk to you about the empathy neuroscience behind it that we covered it in a couple classes ago that I had?
I would love to hear.
So before I go to the video, it's connected.
Mm-hmm.
I had this class where we discussed neuroscience of empathy, particularly the role of mirror neurons.
Who?
Mirror neurons?
I don't know what that is. I really don't know what that is.
Basically, mirror neurons are neurons that they mirror what we see out there, and it's related to its functions are for different things. But when we're talking about empathy, these cells in our brain, they activate not only when we feel something, but also when we see someone else feeling it. When someone is in pain, scared, joyful, our mirror neurons mirror that experience as if we were wired to step into each other's shoes automatically without thinking. Through empathy. Okay. So, and then the professor, showed us his TED talk about this neuroscience person, I don't know. And basically their take on the TED talk is that we are built to feel empathy, mm-hmm. to care for others. And that's mm-hmm. the only way that we got to where we are. Mm-hmm. And that class came into my mind when I saw the TikTok in the morning. And the TikTok is about a mother who's filming her young daughter in the backseat of the car. The caption, she puts like a little caption before the video because I guess whatever they were talking, and then the daughter started speaking and she started to record. And the caption explains that the daughter had just asked about what was happening with children in Palestine and Israel. Mm-hmm. And the mom, and this is what got me, the mom explains it to her in simple words. It was two girls, a 9-year-old and a 5-year-old. Mm-hmm. And the daughter says, so what are we going to do about it? And then she says something like, we're going to go there, pick up the kids, and can we bring them home? And then the mother says, I didn't send it to you because it's in Spanish, and it only had like 1,000 likes, mm-hmm. not that many views. Mm-hmm. And then the mother says, no, we can't do that, honey, because, there's a lot of bad people there and, they could hurt us. And you know what the daughter says? She says, well, we'll hide. Mm-hmm. We'll hide and help those kids. Mm-hmm. There was no political agenda, no discussion of borders, policies, just suffering and the natural human response to ease it. Mm-hmm. from this little girl, a 5-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
What's so hard about that? Why can't we feel that? She has no idea what's going on over there. She has no idea
She
of the
just
current
knows that
situation.
kids are
She
in
just
danger
knows
or hurt,
that there's a lot of
and we need
suffering
to help them.
and we need to help them. And yeah, it just reminded me of that TikTok. Like we're built to care for one another, but the systems that we have created, governments, immigration policies, documents, borders, they teach us not to. They divide us, they rank and dehumanize. A piece of fucking paper decides if we deserve food, if we deserve shelter, if we deserve protection. A fucking piece of paper decides that. A piece of paper. We decided one day
that this piece of paper has value.
We decided one day that a frontier is going to determine if we're human or if we're, I don't know, something else. And yeah, I don't know. It's just this morning I gave up.
You gave up on life?
Yeah, because this 6-year-old with no formal education in politics or formal education in international law knows what we have to do. And it's just help.
Okay. I agree with that.
So what's so hard about that? Like, why can't people, why if I talk to my grandfather about this, why can't he get it?
I don't know.
Why if I don't talk, what if I talk about this with my mom? Why won't she get it?
What would their response be? You're talking to them about children are dying. You are
They would say, oh, Iran started it first or Palestine started it first.
You are pro-life.
Yeah.
Children are dying. Now what? And it's about laws. It's about politics. So why can't we establish something else? Why can't we make the system something else? Why can't we do something else? But it doesn't matter because I think what you're talking about with the mirror neurons, I think because we're so disconnected and what we're seeing is on like a screen, we don't have that connection with other people.
That's what I'm saying. And that's, we intrinsically, we are built to feel those things. Just the systems that have been in place have little by little disconnected us from that.
So how do we have to start building community, and we have to start, honestly, like all we have to do is say no. Like if we paid our bills next month and just took the rest of the month off, if everybody did that, we'd fuck the whole entire system up.
No, but you know why it's not going to happen? Not because they're not gonna I don't know, do something to not let that happen. Probably they'll do something, but we are too used to being comfortable. We're too used of this consumerism, this excessive consumerism lifestyle that we live in.
But we're programmed to want this. We're programmed to want it because it's convenient. Even though, what are some things that you feel like have been made, like technological advances, but it's actually inconvenient?
Emails.
Like what? There are a lot of
emails. I don't know. Just call me.
I feel like our phones, there's a iPhone 17 coming out now.
Yeah.
And they just came out with one last.
Yeah, I have the 16.
Yeah.
You have a Samsung. What a loser.
Are you kidding me? I would never want to get a fucking Apple. I hate my Mac. Yeah, I hate my Mac. They're the worst.
No, yeah, no. I actually changed my Mac to a Lenovo.
Oh my god, and it's better.
I fucking love it. It connects to everything. I don't have to buy fucking extra shit, and it's just amazing. I'm in love with it.
I know. You don't have to buy extra shit. Isn't that fucking crazy? So this really cool laptop that they're selling us, it's a MacBook Air, and it can do this and it can do that, but it can't fucking connect a USB to it.
Or HDMI.
Or HDMI. And you have to buy something else for this fucking laptop that you spent $1,000 on.
Sorry, I dropped a mic. And you can't just take it to, if something breaks, you can't
pay for them to fucking look at it.
I mean, you need to pay anywhere, but you need to take it directly to the Apple store. Yeah.
So I literally woke up this morning.
Really?
I know you're gonna. I tried not to.
Okay.
I woke up this morning and my first immediate thought, like before I was even waking up, my thoughts were like, There are people in this country that are like, immigrants are bad and they're rapists and they're murderers and they're all of this stuff. And their ancestors literally came over here and raped and murdered and took over this country. Yeah. They're projecting their own fucking trauma and their own issues on other people. And I don't think that they understand how detrimental it is to themselves. And I think if we turn the tables or turn whatever to them, they'll realize that. But until they see and they reflect that it's them that is the problem, nothing's gonna fucking change. Apparently I use we because he said we will not allow Iran to do what they're doing to Israel. I'm not part of that we. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing anything to help that fight. I will just die. Imagine if we're stressed out right now and we're gonna die next week because these fuckers are just playing with our lives. That's insane.
Yeah, it's easy for people in government to say, "Oh, we're going to defend our country." You're defending it with our
lives.
No, with our children, with our brothers, with our sister, with our friends. You know, I saw this experiment someone did once. I don't know if it was part of a Tonight Show or something, or an independent journalist. He went to the White House and tried to interview each congressman or senator and all those government people. I don't know. And they said, "Hey, do you support the war?" I said, "Okay." "Do you believe?" "Okay." "Would you send your son to the war?" All of them answered no, and some of them refused to answer. And then the follow-up question was, and then why would you expect for families to send their daughters and sons to war?
All we have to do is say
it's no. Easy to say that we're the most powerful country in the world. It's easy to say that I don't know, or you know, we're going to defend our country, or we're going to fight for justice, when you're fighting with
other people's lives.
Yeah,
that's crazy. So I went to a psychic on Friday. Well, I had a Zoom meeting with a psychic.
You paid to see a psychic?
It was the first time. She actually did bring up a couple
things. Church is free. And supposedly they can tell you the future too.
So she actually did bring up a couple things.
I'm not promoting church, by the way. I'm really against church.
She said she brought up something that happened in April with my boyfriend and I. She brought up my grandpa that I didn't even know about. I don't know this man.
Everyone has a grandpa. Every person in a relationship has issues. You know what I mean?
I believe some of it. She did say that my partner is not my person, and it kind of made me sad, but I know it.
No, that. Sorry, I had to start over. I
There's pure disappointment.
I flipped. Yeah, and I said my partner's name. I mean,
your co-host's
name.
So, your co-host.
Yeah. So, oh, yeah, I like that.
Okay, so she said that my partner is not my person. And I agree, he's not.
I don't believe that there's persons.
He is not my person.
No one has persons. No one has a soulmate. No one has a soulmate. No one has a person. You work towards your relationship and you make it work.
But imagine if there was a person that
would be beautiful.
Me.
That would be
I think there's somebody out there.
There's no one out there.
There's
no one out there for you.
There's 7 or 8 billion.
Exactly.
People.
That's where there is. There's 7 or 8 billion people, but actually there's less because out of those 8 billion, actually, yeah, that's why relationship is a constant work.
Okay, so we're having fun right now. She said we'll have a good summer.
You'll have a good life if you work towards it. You'll have a good summer if you stop trying in August.
We talked about it. And he's like, yeah, well, I mean, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And she also said, I'll be fine if it doesn't work out. And I know that.
I mean,
what am I going to do?
What is she going to say? Oh, you're going to kill yourself when, you're alone.
No, she said that I'm very strong and my aura is white with like some black speckles, like the shirt I was wearing. And then she said I had little orbs around me. I might have gotten scammed, but it seemed legit a little bit.
Okay. No, I get it.
She told me that I need to get my chakras unblocked. So now I'm seeing somebody else. in a
Okay.
couple
You could
weeks.
do that in acupuncture.
I'm seeing somebody else to do some energy work.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you're doing that. Glad you're taking care of yourself.
Thank you for being supportive. That was nice of you supporting my
You're welcome. I'm
beliefs.
trying.
That was so nice. Um, I also realized that I'm very sensitive, but also, like she said, that I shouldn't care about what other people think about me. How am I supposed to do that? How am I not supposed to care about what other people think about me? And I have to stop overthinking. How do you stop overthinking?
Um, just feel good. I pointed to a book that a coworker of us gave us.
How?
I don't know.
How do you do that?
I'm pretty good at. Well,
You don't overthink?
I do. I don't think you can stop. So I don't think overthinkers can stop overthinking. I think we can when we're doing it. Well, at least what I do when I start doing it, I do a lot of self talk.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
don't. So
self-talk.
there's no
I
way you can
know.
stop overthinking. There's no way you can stop caring about what other
It's
people think.
hard.
I mean, I think there's no way to not do that. I think there's a way to like work yourself out of that situation once you're like, oh shit, they think this about me, whatever. I think there's a way that you can like talk yourself out of it.
But I care a lot
That's what I
about what other
do.
people think. And then I asked her about my friends.
I do feel like I'm starting to care less about what people think.
How? How do you do that? I don't know
Whoa, it's a
how.
beautiful rainbow.
I care so much about what other people
It's
think.
huge. You see it?
Wow.
Holy shit.
That is thick.
I know, right?
It's beautiful.
I
It
only
was
see
only
three
partial
colors in
though.
that rainbow. I don't know why people like the.
So there's definitely an inner color of purple, then something, then green, then yellow, then orange, then red.
I see purple, green, and red.
Well, have you ever been checked for color blindness?
No.
Hmm. Okay, how many minutes are we at?
We are at 17 minutes.
That'll be fine.
Yeah.
They'll be fine.
Yeah.
Sorry for last week, guys.
Yeah.
Some people were busy.
Something positive before we leave because started off on a really depressing note.
Well,
How you feeling? How you be feeling? Like how how do you feel about this episode today?
when you focus on the good get better. So I think it was a good short episode.
Right.
I think so. Right? We talked about
what should I improve?
never negotiate your value with anyone. You're worth it.
Noted.
You have always been and will always be worth it.
She's reading a thing
No,
from
I'm
her watch,
talking
by
to
the
you.
way. It's not
I'm talking to you.
me. Okay.
How do you what?
I don't know.
What'd you ask?
Any how did it go today?
I think actually what you said last time that I may be depressed is just because of the world. Like my life isn't
Not what I
depressing.
said just now, but let's go with that.
No. But before,
Oh.
like I think I'm trying to live my life as happy as I can. The fucking world sucks. So you just gotta control the things you can and fuck the rest of it, I guess.
Thank you.
That's a good ending.
Yeah.
Right? I think so.
Yeah. But
And
what I
now-
asked is
What? What?
Anyway, no.
What did you ask?
No, bye.
No,
I guess
please.
this is the
Tell
end.
me.
Let's
What
end
did
on
you
that
ask?
note.
We'll leave him on a cliffhanger. What did you ask?
I asked